Good evening, Laguna Creek Cardinals community. This is Mark Benson, very proud principal of Laguna Creek High School. And I want to welcome all of our senior families and seniors to this graduation meeting for the class of 2023. So this evening's meeting is being recorded, and I will send out the link to this recording over the next couple days. Hopefully by tonight, I will send it out via Synergy Mail so that you could review the information if you missed something, or if you know a senior family that may not have been able to attend this evening to get this important information. Secondly, there will be information that will be passed out to our seniors in April. So there'll be a hard copy, like a packet, that will also be available in addition to the meeting this evening and the recorded meeting, and a couple of emails that I've already dispatched that go over the graduation requirements, the behavior requirements, the credit requirements in order to participate in this year's graduation. So I thank everyone for coming out this evening, and I'll go ahead and get started with the main presentation. Most of this evening will be presented by our activities director, Mr. Haynes. I'm taking care of a couple things. And this first one, I want to spend a little bit of time on. So on your screen right now, you should see the graduation participation requirements. So our counselors have already been working with our seniors to make sure they've earned 220 credits, that they've passed all the compulsory classes in order to earn a diploma. Now, in order to participate in graduation, that is separate than earning a diploma. The graduation is earned by not only completing the diploma requirements, but also the requirements that you see on your screen right now. So you've earned 220 credits during the second semester. That's the semester we're in right now. Students need to earn at least 35 credits during the second semester. That's essentially passing all classes except for one. Already talked about, you're meeting the graduation requirements. You know, you've passed your Gov, you passed your Econ, you've got your English, all that have been completed. You're cleared from the no-go list. That means you're not on the no-go list for either disciplinary reasons or for access tardies. And we've been sending out talking points information to our families regarding the students' tardy status. So we want to make sure that we're attending class on time in order to participate. I know it's the senior year and we're getting excited for the next phase, but we want to finish strong and attend classes, take care of business, so you do well in your courses, but also set the example that we want from our principled seniors, right? So we're principled in what we do, and we take care of business. And then lastly, during the last 20 days of the school year, we receive 0 suspensions. So in other words, a single suspension during the last 20 days of school will result in ineligibility for the graduation. So it's very important that we're being principled and we're being respectful and dedicated, so that we are staying, we're meeting the expectations of our families and of our school. So I know you could do this. This usually is not an issue for us, but we want to make it clear so the expectations are known to everyone. And then the last part on this slide talks about senior pranks and things like that. So sometimes we get an idea to prank the school, or things like that. We don't want to do that. We want to keep our school clean, free from vandalism, free from any damage. Again, we want to demonstrate to the next in line that we're proud of our school, we're taking care of business, and we're not doing anything that would damage our school or anything like that. So if you do anything like that, then you will also be ineligible for graduation. And we don't want to do that to you. You make that choice. That's unfortunate. And you definitely don't want to put your family in a position to where now we're having to have a discussion on why we made a choice and it's affecting our high school graduation. That's not fair for our families who come out and want to honor all the work that you've done in high school. Now on this next slide, Mr. Haynes is going to take over and talk about the series of dates and go into the rest of the program.
Awesome. Thank you for being here this evening. These are just some dates of the last, I say, week and a half. I call it Senior Week. The last full week they're on campus, starting on May 15th. Senior finals will be on that Tuesday and Wednesday, most likely, if they have finals. The textbook and Chromebook return, all the other different items, they'll be able to turn those items in Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at the library window. On that Wednesday of Senior Week, we'll have a senior rally at the end of the day, followed by Thursday, May 18th with this senior walk, and we'll cover what that means in just a little bit. Friday, May 19th, we'll have a senior breakfast in the morning, followed by our mandatory graduation rehearsal. The following Monday, May 22nd, we have graduation at 7 p.m. And then the next day on Tuesday, students will be able to pick up their all of their diplomas at Laguna Creek High School. So let's talk about some of those items here on the next slide. Resource return, that's again, it's textbooks, Chromebooks, power cords, calculators, anything like that. Those are some things that students need to turn in to the library window during Senior Week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. As far as the Senior Walk is a fantastic thing we do here at Laguna Creek High School. It's been going on for about 10 years, this awesome tradition. And what this means is that seniors on that Thursday will meet on campus in the morning. We will load some buses and with our caps and gowns on, and we will visit our junior high school, Harriet Eddy Middle School, and walk the halls of junior high. It's a really awesome event. And our students walk through those, the halls one more time, and there's lots of high fives and heck yeahs, and our students get to see some of their former teachers at their schools. We arranged for it to happen if a student attended Folks Ranch Elementary. I'm going to make sure that student visits Folks Ranch Elementary. We will not visit every elementary school, but instead, once we get to the junior high, the amount of buses we have split up and go to various elementary schools of our feeder campuses. So it's a really special event. Even if your student did not attend any of those elementary schools or junior high, it is still awesome. Our students get a lot of enjoyment out of it. And not only for us, but our future students of Laguna Creek High School get to see our graduating seniors, and there's lots of smiling faces and so on. It's a really kind of emotional event for a lot of our seniors. But this is not a mandatory event, but it is highly encouraged. For some students may wish to basically meet back on campus after our students visit the other schools, but they definitely want to walk the halls of Laguna Creek one more time, because that's our last day of school, officially last day of school, where we're going to be in our classes. So again, our students at Laguna Creek High School will also come out of their classrooms with their teachers, and we will walk through our campus as well. So it's an awesome event. The times there, 8:30 to 11:20. It may change slightly depending on our bus availability, but we will see. Awesome. It's a fantastic event. That's Thursday of the Senior Week. The last day of Senior Week on that Friday, we're gonna have a senior breakfast. It is free to our students. It's from 8:15 to 9:30. Again, a no cost to our students. It's hosted by and paid for by the Laguna Lions Club. They will come to our campus, feed our students, allow our seniors to hang out with their classmates and sign yearbooks and things like that. And it's really just a way to get our seniors to campus on time, so we can have all of our seniors that are graduating participate in our mandatory graduation rehearsal, which starts at 9:30 in the morning. And so the graduation rehearsal, next slide. Again, it's mandatory. We expect the students to be there. Please do not schedule any dentist appointments, anything like that during this time, because if the students if they are not there to participate in the mandatory graduation rehearsal, then we are not going to let them walk. So we call everybody in, we take attendance, we take roll, and man, we have to get on that phone and call home, call parents, try to figure out where all these students are at. And we make sure that we get them there on time so we can walk. But please plan accordingly. I mean, at this event, we don't need caps and gowns. We just need our students there, dressed comfortably, and being great kids. Next slide, Mr. Benson. Awesome. So the next thing I want to talk about is cap, gown, and tassel. I sent numerous emails home through Synergy on how to order, purchase, or borrow a cap and gown. I just sent one yesterday again, so please take a look at that. Next Tuesday, April 4th, we'll be passing out those caps and gowns during lunches to the students who have ordered or requested to borrow. The current cost is $43.50. It went up from $26 from earlier in the year. So if you want to purchase those, if you borrow those caps and gowns, we're going to collect those immediately after the event. So after the graduation. So if you want to have those for photos or things like that afterwards, again, you would need to purchase those. Caps, gowns, and tassels. Again, please do not decorate those caps. We will not let your student walk across stage with a decorated cap or a decorated gown. Leave them as is. Your students should be dressed accordingly for a fancy event. This is a formal event, and we expect our students to dress nice. Slacks, dresses, dress shoes, long shirts, things like that. As far as the students allowed, the district does allow one personal item of expression. That item needs to be pre-approved through the LCHS front office. Mr. Benson sent an email. If you check back on February 3rd, there's some information there on what is appropriate and what is not, and the process to get those items approved. Anything that is received from a student, maybe it's an athletic team or a club. It could be a stole from a club. It could be cords from a club, things like that. Those things are okay to wear during graduation because they are Laguna Creek issued. In the student store, we do sell black stoles with our cardinal emblem on them. They are $25. That alone, if the students want to wear those at graduation, they can. But if they start adding other things, which they can do, if they want to add a San Francisco Giants button to it, that needs to be approved at that point because again, it's modified and so on. So students can add whatever they want on those stoles, but they're going to have to get it approved and so on. So it needs to be school appropriate. If you have any questions on any of the cap and gown issues or personal item of expression, you can email me. My name is Jerry Haynes. Again, my email address is GHAYNES@egusd.net. That's on the screen. That'll be available to you soon. Or just respond to my email I sent home yesterday via Synergy. Next slide. Graduation tickets. Your students are going to get 6 free graduation tickets. After that, you can purchase as many as you want for $10 each. You can purchase them in the front office or at the student store, cash or credit card only. Again, we are at Golden One Arena, so you can purchase 100 tickets if you want. But just remember that any person 3 years or older will need a ticket. And those tickets are not saved, so it's just kind of first come, first serve when you get in the arena. So the main thing is that everybody's going to need a ticket. And it's not, I don't judge, I'm not guessing how old your child is. That is up to the Golden One arena themselves, and their employees determine that. So please purchase your tickets ahead of time, and they go on sale May 1st all the way through the 19th. Cash, credit only. Next slide. Graduation, 7 p.m. On the 22nd of May, Golden One Center. Students, you're going to need to arrive there at 5:30, an hour and a half ahead of time. Family, you have to understand that it depends. The doors won't open at that time. What happens is the students arrive and we get them underneath below the arena. We get all the students lined up and so on. The doors for the family and guests will open at 6:15. That's what they tell me. Sometimes it's a little bit earlier depending on the heat, or it'll be definitely, they won't open up after 6:15. Open seating again. First come, first serve on those tickets when you get in there. Please make sure you don't bring any noisemakers, air horns, balloons, flowers, stuffed animals. Those items will not be allowed in Golden One. Food or drinks, concession stands are usually open, so that shouldn't be an issue. Next slide. Graduation.
Mr. Haynes, can I jump in here real quick? Just want to emphasize the getting there at 5:30 and circling back on the importance of the graduation rehearsal, because once we get to Golden One, we're underneath the area, and during the rehearsal, we go over what it looks like at Golden One, which line you're in, which way to go, who you're following, where your advo teachers are. All of that is done during rehearsal. So if we miss rehearsal and we get into Golden One, we don't know what's going on, and you could get lost because it is a big place. So it's important to be at rehearsal. It's important to be at Golden One promptly at 5:30, so we could get everyone lined up underneath in Golden One with their advo teacher. There'll be time to talk to your friends and all of that stuff underneath the area and that sort of thing. But we want to make sure that you're there promptly and you aren't feeling rushed for this important event. So take a little extra time to make sure that you're there promptly at 5:30. Thank you, Mr. Haynes.
Yeah, so I mean, on top of that, it takes a while to get all the students inside to check them in, because they have to go through the metal detectors, and we have to check their IDs and make sure they're bringing in. We check their caps and gowns and make sure they're not bringing things in that they're not supposed to have. So it takes a little bit to get the 550 students, graduating seniors, in on time and lined up. So seniors do's and don'ts, again, report 90 minutes ahead of time. We will let them know more details on where to go, where to line up, what doors to enter when we meet with them this next month during our ADVO meeting. Bring your ID, because again, we have to check you in as the students are coming into Golden One. They shouldn't bring anything besides their keys, wallet, driver's license. They shouldn't bring purses in. There's no place to put them. Bring in as little as possible. And afterwards, again, I want to make sure that you're planning ahead on where to meet your family. There's going to be probably 6,500 students students and parents outside of Golden One after graduation. So it's going to be tough to find each other unless you plan ahead. Senior don'ts: don't decorate your cap's gown. We just talked about that already. No, don't bring in any personal items, purse, flowers, stuffed animals, things like that. Food and beverage, not allowed. Don't bring any items that may distract you, that may distract the ceremony. It hasn't happened in a long time, but we did many years ago. We had students try to bring in some beach balls, and we just didn't let them in. So those students did not graduate because they were trying to cause a distraction at our ceremony. So please talk with your students ahead of time. There's no need to bring that stuff in. Again, this is a formal ceremony. Next slide, the diploma distribution will take place Tuesday after graduation at Laguna Creek High School at the attendance windows between 4 and 6 p.m. Students need to bring an ID, some sort of ID, because that is a legal document that we are passing out. We need to make sure we are passing those items out to the student only, not to parents, to the student. So again, have your students show up, and if you can't make that time, you'll have to arrange a different time to come up to school to grab that very important document. The last slide is talking about our senior grad night. The cost is $100. This is a fantastic event. Again, it's going to happen that night after graduation, 10 p.m. We will provide transportation from Laguna Creek High School to the event. Again, it costs $100. Your students will not need any money once they get into this event. You have all night bowling, a glow bowling, you have DJ, laser tag, there's a magician there, all kinds of food and beverage will be provided. Lots of prizes, door prizes and raffles and video games. The students will have a blast. I think this is a very important event that I made sure all my children went to, because on the biggest night of your students' lives, you know, they are so excited. I want to make sure that I know where my kids are at and what they're doing on that very important night, and I don't want to have them make any poor decisions. So for me, at this bowling event, there won't be any other schools. It's just going to be Laguna Creek High students. Okay, so you know exactly where your student's going to be. The event ends at 5:30 in the morning. You know, so again, the students are there all night long. If you have any questions on this, you know, please reach out to us. This information will be on our website. And if you want to purchase these tickets, they're $100, cash or check. If you want to bring that money to the front office, you can do so, or you can pay online. Also, I wanted to add, if you or you parents wanted to donate certain gift cards to eateries or, you know, coffee and things like that, that would be appreciated as well. So all those items would go directly to our graduating class of 2023 if you feel like donating. So please look into that. Again, you can check that information out on our school website. And that's all I have.
Mr. Haynes, can I jump in? Yeah, let me jump in here real quick, mate. So I attended last year's senior grad night event, and I tell you, there's a lot of kids that attend, and it is a fun time for all. There's a lot of things that you'll be able to do for that $100 cost. You're there in a safe environment. You have lots of options. There's food, there's obviously drinks, and you could win some free stuff, variety of different games. So it really is a great event to sort of culminate your graduation. So if you have not signed up already, I strongly encourage folks to consider and sign up. It is a good time. I remember mine back in the day, and it's a great way to finish out your graduation. And I want to circle back on the actual ceremony. So in Golden 1, you're going to walk up with your advocacy class. You'll come up on the stage. You'll receive your graduate or your diploma cover. It's just the cover only. And then you'll walk across the stage and you'll shake hands with our board members. The superintendent will be there. And then lastly, you'll come up to me and I'll shake your hand. Now, typically there is a photo op right there on stage as you and I are shaking hands, and right before you step off stage, there's a photo op. So we'll kind of turn, look at the camera, take a picture, and then you will step down the stairs. And going back to the professionalism of the event, as you're coming across the stage and you're shaking hands and you're doing those things, this is going to be an important event for you and your family, something to be remembered, and we want to represent ourselves well as we're going across the stage. We want to recognize all of your hard work that you've done, and your families want to recognize you as well. So as the names are being read and you're going across the stage, we just want to maintain that appropriate etiquette and decorum. Shake hands, fist bumps, and then we take the photo, and then you walk down the stage and you'll circle back around. And that's essentially the event on what that looks like. So important event, and we want to make sure that it's remembered positively for all parties with that. Mr. Haynes, is there anything else that you want to add?
No, that's it. I think we covered it all. I think some of you may have had trouble hearing Mr. Benson at the very beginning of that. What he was saying was that what they're going to get as they walk across stage is just the diploma cover itself. So there's no diploma in it. That's what you have to pick up after the following day after the ceremony.
Yeah, exactly. So your diploma will get picked up that Tuesday. All right, folks. Well, this recording, I'll pull it down and then I'll send the link out via Synergy Mail or School Messenger so you'll have it. And I'll also PDF the slide deck and I'll send that as well. So you'll have the recording and you'll have the slide deck that will have the information. Now, if anything were to change, sometimes an outside influence, it changes what we're doing. Any information, we will immediately communicate that out to you. So what we're presenting right now is our best information as of today. If something were to change, rest assured, we'll go ahead and immediately communicate that out to our families so you have that information promptly to make any plans or anything that you may need to do. So with that, thank you very much, Cardinals. I appreciate you logging in this evening, and I wish everyone a good evening. Thank you.